Golden shower pits.
Oh, yeah.
Our little boy.
Right.
I'm Mr. Seattle. If there's an event going on, I'll be there. Hi, Chris Novoselic, bass player for Nirvana. What do you do?
I'm a dishwasher at the doghouse.
Oh,
Come on down and see Chris on Grunge Night every Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. Wednesday night, Grunge night. Sub Pops Grunge night. You have to say Sub Pops Grunge night.
You think of the doghouse in 20 years they'll be doing Nirvana songs?
Oh, yeah.
Probably doing it right now.
As we speak, over a chili burger.
Yeah. Chili dog.
I had one of those.
I had one of those too. Yeah. 4 in the morning one night.
First of all, what feels like it would come home to Seattle after this year, like this pseudo prodigal band.
I don't know. I saw Sammy Hagar here about 10 years ago. No, probably even longer than that. I was in 7th grade. Yeah, it's quite a reception.
We're gonna walk on stage to Ozzy Osbourne's "Cause Mama, Mama, I'm coming home." There's gonna be people waving their arms, and we're gonna come down off like clouds and gently land on stage.
I don't think so. I don't think we could ever have a staff of eggs.
Or Ferrari on stage or something. We'll have Kurt's Plymouth Valiant on stage.
You got the brakes fixed on
Yeah.
that, right? It's all ready to go.
I got
Oh yeah,
Give
the
me
brakes
400
went out.
bucks.
Engine needs to be adjusted though.
Okay, so that's all that needs to be done on it?
Did you ever expect
Oh, absolutely. I knew it. I was certain of it. I bet all the money that I had, I bet it all, and I
You see
won.
these faces? These are the faces of a star. This is where the money is.
Just like that guy in Odin.
Odin with the buttless.
What happens if you don't make it? Well,
Well, I'm going to
I'm
make
gonna
it.
make it. There's no, we haven't even thought that far.
He's in a hot tub with these girls. Like, I've made it, man. As far as he's concerned, he's
Playing a
made it.
guitar, he's like, ladies and gentlemen, Odin! Odin! Odin!
Joe Guizzari has a heart
There's a
attack.
coke all over his nose.
Why was
here,
Mr.
baby.
Gazzari so into Odin? Do you think he knew his mother or something?
Pay to play, man. Pay to play.
'Cause he's really supporting him.
you guys ever think the Seattle scene?
I don't know. We were hoping it wouldn't, actually. It's gotten a bit out of hand. You know.
We were in Portland yesterday. Played with like Calamity Jane and Poison Idea. There's some like performance art going on down there, and it's kind of Portland's kind of a sister city, northwest city with Seattle, and it just seems so much more unadulterated and real. It made me feel good. It made me feel kind of whimsical too of what was once in Seattle, now lost forever.
Was there really a scene here?
Yeah, totally. I mean, 1987, 88, 89. I mean, 1982, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys might be followers of the early bands that came over and not
Soundgarden was really cool. Malfunction were really funny.
One time I saw Malfunction in Olympia, and there was about 50 people there, and they're all standing in the back watching them, and I pulled up a chair right in front of the stage, and I sat there, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep, and Andrew Wood was like singing to me the whole night and making fun of me and dancing around me, and I felt like a heel when I woke up.
Andy Wood was going, Shelley went
so
to that
rude.
show, and Andy Wood was going, Olympia! Olympia! All night long. He was Love God, Landry.
Landry the Love God.
Landry the Love God. He had white
She's
face
out
makeup.
of fuel, honey.
Fill her up!
She's out. Did you put that on? Oh, she threw up.
Oh, you gotta do this? Right? Is that what you do?
It's ready.
Yeah. Do you really do that?
I'm anemic, look at my blood.
It's time to burp.
Look at those beautiful blue eyes.
Move the mic and see if we get a good
Yeah, see if you can burp her.
She's gonna watch this in years to come.
Look, she's blushing.
Thanks, Dad.
She's blushing.
Look at the little flippers.
Hi, Francis.
That's what we're waiting for. This whole thing is like culminated in like this movie's coming out. So have you heard about this?
Oh yeah, we heard.
We heard about it. They asked us to contribute a song to it about a year ago, and we said no. And so you know what they did? Instead, they hired some cover band, and they did one of our songs.
No way.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, we're gonna do one of your songs. Well, we're gonna do it anyway.
So we have no choice but to be a part of the Singles family.
Is it not on the soundtrack?
No, it's not on the soundtrack.
It's in the movie.
No,
It's
but
in the movie. It's just like they just play a few bars of "Come As You Are," I think, or one of our songs. At least that's what I heard through the rumor mill.
It's like it's the lame of
I don't know. You know, I've just seen like rock and roll movies like Leif Garrett, and a few years down the road, it's just kind of
Well, you know,
ridiculous.
apparently everyone that's seen it has pretty much said it's basically just a love story. And it really doesn't, it's just a love story that takes place in Seattle. And it doesn't really have,
It's a rock and roll movie with heart.
Right.
Yeah,
It's a
Harder in it.
documentary.
Harder in it?
Really?
do Zeppelin song.
What do you guys think about? Come on, burpee. Weird Al Yankovic.
It's weird is that he's no relation to Al Yankovic, the famous accordionist from the 40s and 50s. No relation. And he plays accordion too. You know, I can play pretty mean accordion when I want to. I don't know, it's just funny. But you know how a joke is. How many times can you hear a joke, you know?
I laughed when I saw it.
Gotta give him credit for the video, though.
Yeah, it was
that was pretty close.
Spencer, I know a couple of you guys have maybe. I'm sorry. Got a house here in Seattle. There's a lot of changes.
Yeah, right. It's nice to be comfortable, not worry about keeping the lights on or. I mean, we had some pretty rough times in the past, you know. And
I lived off of AM/PM corn dogs for maybe about
Almost a
5
year?
or maybe a year.
I think we lived together about 9 months.
Because you
A
can get
little-
3 for 99 cents. And you have 1 for lunch. 2 for dinner, maybe.
You can also get that suck bottle where you fill that for 49 cents.
Yeah, but we could never afford the bottle in the first place, so.
yeah, and just try to be humble because this is not going to last forever. You know, a few more years, and just take what you can get, and just kind of be a little frugal. And life goes on.
Every crumb for himself.
I don't think I'm going to be. Yeah, every crumb for himself. That's right. I don't think I'm going to be playing a duet with some mediocre heavy metal band. You know, wearing a wig and. Yeah, that's right.
Well, here's a little story. When we were asked to play on the awards ceremony, they just assumed that we would come on and play Smells Like Teen Spirit, the big hit, open up the show, the first band to play, set the mood for the night. And we didn't want to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. So we came into the rehearsals and we were going to play 2 new songs that fit into the 4-minute, 20-second slot. So we practiced those, and the stage manager, said, oh, okay, songs that fits. Then we get a call the next day that MTV says we cannot play unless we play Smells Like Teen Spirit. And we said, well, we're not going to play Smells Like Teen Spirit. They said, okay, well then you're not going to play on our show. We said, okay, bye. Then they told us that we could get on the show if we played Lithium. Later on in the set, they totally rearranged the whole show.
We were kicked off the show for
We were
about 5 hours.
Booted off the
They
show
took
for
away
about
our awards.
5 hours, okay? We come back on the show, we agree to play Lithium. Basically what we were going to do was say, okay, we'll play Lithium, rehearse Lithium, and then do these 2 new songs. Because they're 2 brand new songs that haven't been recorded, and for some reason, MTV or Pepsi or whoever's the big wig corporate butthead top just wanted Teen Spirit. And so we were told if we didn't play Lithium, a good friend of ours would be fired from MTV. So basically the whole thing was just...
And our careers would be
And our careers
severely
would be
affected.
just completely destroyed, And it all came down to industry versus music. And the Black Crowes wanted to do another song, but they were pressured into doing their big hit. And Pearl Jam wanted to
do it too.
Yeah, they wanted to do a Dead Boys cover, but they were pressured into doing their song as well. So basically the whole thing was just a big corporate
Political mess.
mess.
Yeah, we had to consider our management and the people we work with. We really like them a lot, and we didn't want to screw them over. So we were whores and sold out.
All in all, the careerists, won the deal. And M Television should be mafia television because it's a fucking load of total shit.
Yeah.
What did you think of, you guys came along? It reminded me a lot of the Brothers on Summer First Show, in which the group performed on.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
What did you think of your performance overall?
It was
A
a couple minutes,
bass amp
whatever.
was totally overdriving. I'm like,
Someone
hey.
sabotaged our equipment.
He's still alive. He's still alive. I'm still alive.
Hey, I bonded with Eddie from Pearl Jam. We broke our little feud, and we kissed and made up and danced.
We slow
during
danced
Eric
to Tears in
Clapton's
Heaven.
Yeah, Tears in Heaven.
So, what was that all about?
Oh, sure, it was blown out of proportion, but I've said a few nasty things about him. I mean, I'll admit that. It's in print, it's proof. But I just didn't like him, and now that I've seen them perform, I think Eddie's a pretty passionate guy. Still don't really like their music that much, but oh well,
Why have an enemy like
Yeah.
Pearl Jam when you can really have the enemy like Guns N' Roses? The line's drawn. I don't know, those guys were belligerent, and it wasn't talk because they were very aggressive and threatening. There was no talk at all. It's like, come on, you said something about my band? Come on. Or Axl told Kurt, I'm gonna put you down if he didn't watch his woman.
Yeah, he told me to keep my woman in line. I couldn't believe it. We were sitting there eating food, and Axl walked by, and Courtney and I just jokingly said, "Axl, will you be the godfather of our child?" We're just joking around, and he turned around and started pointing his finger, and was really aggressive and mean, like threatening to beat me up and stuff. And I couldn't help but laugh because I haven't been in that kind of a situation since I was in 6th grade. I couldn't believe it.
And Duff McKagan wanted to fight me too for something I said, and he had about 3 bodyguards standing around there, and I got close to him, and the bodyguards warned me up a little bit, like to stay away. And it's like, we could have talked about anything. I haven't been in a fight since about the 6th grade either, and if those guys have a beef with us, they shouldn't. First of all, nobody asked them about anything, and they shouldn't go spouting their mouths off on stage in front of 50,000 people. I mean, they had no business doing that. So maybe we gave them a little taste of their own medicine, and they just get aggressive, which is really ugly. And that's just some primitive human attribute that the world can really do without. Yeah, I mean, this isn't the schoolyard. These are supposed to be adults, influencing a lot of people. A lot of kids listen to Guns N' Roses, listen to Nirvana, and then I think there's a lot more kids act a lot more mature than they do.
That was Michael, man. Impersonator, nothing. That was Michael Jackson, brother. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just a
Next
joke that didn't
question.
go over too well.
That went over like a Led Zeppelin. Yeah.
I sunk in my chair.
I think it was consistent though with the jokes on the music awards. So, there were some real bombs. Yeah. No, I mean.
What? No, we didn't even get an award. We had to set it down with all the other awards all the other people accepted.
Oh, they'll send
Well,
it.
it's nice.
They'll
It's nice
send
if
us.
you get stuff like that, and there's people who find it important, like people who work for you, who've worked a lot on the industry side of things, to give them whatever, a platinum record to show that they've worked a lot for what they've done. But I don't think it really means anything to us at all. I mean, my roommate hung 2 on my wall in my room as a joke, and I beat him up. just like I would have beat up Axel.
Well, we only got 2, so how are we gonna divide that, guys?
We're gonna have it like a couple weeks at my house, a couple weeks at your house, a couple weeks at Dave's house. Just like going in on something, you know. We all put our money together and bought a Cadillac. Right.
Are there any upcoming especially like
Sad? Sad happy?
I haven't heard of them. I like a Portland band, Sprinkler. Saw them play at the Crocodile Cafe. They were really good. Like Tad a lot. Mud Honey.
Mud Honey. Awesome.
Well, the funny thing is that the future of grunge music is now evolving from Palm Springs, California. A band named Kyuss, Kyuss, which is the album of 1992. It's called Blues for the Red Sun, and it cannot be beaten. What's that? They're from the desert, and I suppose they eat a lot of mushrooms and smoke a lot of pot, and they just rule the world. Yeah.
What's so cool about that?
I'm saying it's a desert thing.
I need to ask you about
The Manson family.
what's it like being bad?
Well, it's a bit wet.
His nipples are really sore.
Her eyes are really open. It's wonderful. It's great.
Any special adjustments that you have?
No, I haven't had to really change her diapers yet. We have a nanny to do that. I'm just teaching her how to cuss and flip people off.
She's almost got it. She's just got to put all the other fingers down.
Almost sucking her thumb, too. Come on, suck your thumb. Suck your thumb. Kissing babies is always a good political move. Isn't it?
Now we can renegotiate our
You might give my wife some ideas. You have, in a way.
Being married now, does that affect the band in any way?
Really?
That's married.
I've been married for almost
married
3
for
years. Yeah. Oh, right.
Really? Shelly wants to have a baby now?
Well, she's pretty blown away by the whole thing, you know.
It's a trend.
It's a trend, that's right.
Look at me. I don't even have a girlfriend.
I know. You should give out your number on television, Dave. Area code
Please, who's your
206
girlfriend?
Sex letters.
441-8441.
Yeah.
441-8441.
8441. Please, I need a girlfriend bad. Just ask for Bruce or John.
Okay, what's up? You guys are back in Seattle. Are you here?
No.
We'll get some recording done sometime.
Yeah. I'm going to try to record by the end of this month, really. Or maybe early part of October. We have the material ready. We were sound checking with a lot of it. Kind of got to pick up a few loose ends on a few songs, but pretty much the songs are done, you know. Really excited about it. Want to make a new record, really absolve ourselves from the whole Nevermind thing, and, you know,
Where are we going to record it?
we've got to figure that out. We've been just... Maybe,
So
maybe not.
I think we might be recording in LA. If we find a studio, I'd like to do it down there, but we'll have to vote.
Well, I want to record in LA so I can ride my motorcycle down there. So,
What about you guys
we're going to play in Buenos Aires, Argentina on October 30th. And we're going to go play a benefit for world Nazis. The Nazi on the run. Old folks home, you know. They're getting old and frail, you know. All the gold they looted has kind of been span away. What's that?
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho?
Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Yeah, but there's no Nazis on the run there. See?
Is there? Come on. Come on.
We got some old home movies, Super 8 stuff. I gotta show you that stuff. It's pretty funny.
I've seen almost all of it, hasn't it?
But not 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's fun to see. I haven't seen it for a long time.
You have it all in one reel, don't you? Oh, really? Yeah, maybe we should put some of that in our home movie. I mean, our home video.
Yeah.
We're gonna put out a home video pretty soon. Yeah, just 2 hours of Frances sitting there.
Isn't she cute? Look at that. Oh, she blinked.
Okay, you guys asked me about this.
It is a rip-off, but we
Absolutely.
didn't
It was
know.
so unintentional, man.
Yeah, see, I remember I had that little guitar part, and I went to at least 15 of my friends and said, where the fuck have I heard that? Where the heck have I heard that before? And no one could come up with it, and I couldn't figure it out, so we kept writing the song, and then obviously after the song was recorded and everything, we figured it out, and someone pointed it out to us. It sounds a lot like it. Huh?
My Sweet Lord.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
only so many riffs
it's just
you
a
can come up with.
coincidence, but it's pretty damn similar. So. Well, I only heard the first Killing Joke album, and it doesn't have that song on it, and that's the only Killing Joke that I was familiar with. But now that I look back on it, I remember seeing that 80s video on MTV a long time ago. I think it was on The Cutting Edge or something, like a few years ago. And so that's where I got it stored in my subconscious, I guess. But I didn't do it intentionally, I swear. I swear.
Any thoughts on politics?
Oh, we'd better not say. It may hurt our careers.
Yeah, we might not be.
12 years, Republicans. I know there are Republicrats, Democrats, Republicans. Lines get hazy sometimes, but I think there's enough of a line between George Bush and Bill Clinton. And definitely vote for Bill Clinton and take it from there. You just always attack from the left, and when somebody's in the left up there, you attack them from the left, and hopefully you can put somebody up there. It's a slow process, slow mentality in this nation, so keep our fingers crossed.
You guys see the Bill Clinton on MTV?
I saw parts of
I didn't
that.
see it.
He was good. He's a sharp guy. He's got a lot of ideas too.
He promised to come back too, didn't he? Did he promise to come back on MTV? I think he did. But this time I think he should bring Tipper Gore with him.
Yeah, but I don't let that Tipper thing faze me at all.
Yeah.
She's the vice president's
Compare
wife.
Tipper to George Bush's wife.
Or Marilyn Quayle. You know what I mean?
She's pretty.
And Tipper's really toned down in the last 3 or 4 years. The PMRC is just like not as aggressive as they were. They're keeping her really quiet too. They know it could be damaging. And Washington Music Industry Coalition wrote a couple letters to the Clinton campaign and about Tipper, and they haven't responded.
How about House Bill?
Oh yeah, WMIC's working in correlation with the ACLU. He's like, with the anyway, and the bill was supposed to have been implemented by now, but through some legal maneuver, they've blocked it, postponed the implementation of it, and the WMIC is taking a real aggressive stance and attacks right away. Like on the day the bill was signed, the WMIC held a press conference and announced a lawsuit against the Attorney General's Office of Washington. And I'm a plaintiff in the lawsuit. A lot of local bands, Soundgarden, Sir Mix-a-Lot, Alice in Chains are also plaintiffs, and some national people too.
So Tipper Gore being on the ticket doesn't affect
There's, abortion. We're one Supreme Court justice away from abortion being illegal, and that's really serious. All the civil rights that we've lost in the last 12 years. The Tipper, that whole thing, censorship means a lot to me. But you can hold it in both hands, and I think things are really like this, So.
What's new? I don't know. I haven't read anything for a long time that I've actually believed in interviews because we've had so much experience with, so much crap written about us. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I've always chosen to, select what I do an interview with, and that's why I don't do interviews very often. Is because I expect to be misquoted. It happens too often. It's just it's been really damaging to us, to tell you the truth. It's really affected my personal life a lot. I mean, the woman in Vanity Fair came into our house with an agenda. She knew exactly what kind of article she was going to write before she even met us before. She knew that she hated Courtney because of the rumors she'd heard, and she believed them and decided to write a crucifixion piece. It's as simple as that. I mean, we've challenged her with coming up with the tapes to prove those quotes, and she can't do it. And all the quotes were by inside sources, and no names were made. So it was obviously just a crucifixion piece. But I understand that a lot of people have been really affected by that. They believe it. And I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised that so many people would believe that shit.
There's real stigma.
It all started with one guy's interpretation of what I was like one night. It started with one interview in BAM magazine, and then after that it just spread like wildfire. Just because I chose not to, we chose not to promote this record anymore, not to go on tour for the rest of the year. I mean, we don't need any more press, and what press we've had has been pretty damaging, so we decided to lay low, and obviously that was, someone would say, oh, that's because Kurt's on heroin the whole time. It's just like, I've done drugs in my time, and I don't think anyone should do drugs. I'm not going to promote it, and that's why I've never admitted that I did drugs, because I don't want anyone to be influenced by it. I think it's stupid, and I think that articles that are written focusing on heroin use in the rock world, they're ridiculous, because heroin use is no more worse than it was 10 years ago. I swear. I know it isn't. I mean, I've seen it for a long time, and it's just, I think that when articles like that are written, that they influence kids. Whether or not it's negative, it doesn't really matter, It still makes kids think, oh, my rock star hero does heroin, maybe I will someday. And I think it's crap. Whoops. What? Yeah. And the drug dealing in Seattle, I mean, the drug use in Seattle is nothing compared to how they've written about it. I mean, there's one drug dealer in this whole town,
Yeah, I read something in Rolling Stone how there's invite-only heroin parties, and people, affluent, successful musicians attend them. I have parties all the time at my house, and anybody can come over, have a few beers, and I go to a lot of parties. I don't know who's throwing these invite-only drug parties. I mean, it's just some kind of hysteria. It's like some speakeasy where, you open the window, like, what band are you in? Whatever. The grunge rocker heroes. Got any smack? Yeah. Well, come on in. Everybody's all green and just there's goo dripping from the ceilings and shit all over the floor, and it's a sick scene.